There's a whole lot to cover. But everybody done like really summed it up and touched on it. So I can give you my take on it. But before I give you my take on it, let me just touch on another video in which he expressed about New York taking on gang culture from LA and how the gang culture from LA has messed us up by us taking on that gang culture. He didn't do his history. He don't know. Everybody talk about being in the gang and knowing their history and about gangs. No one knows their history about gangs and how it even started and why you in the gang. As I ask the young kids for years, I always ask, why you in the gang? Nobody knows the answer. They don't even know why they're in the gang. You know, it's because of my neighborhood, or, you know, I was raised in this, I was born in this, or, you know, my man brought me home on this different. Why you in the gang? Why? When it comes to religion, when it comes to Islam, right? You have to learn the history on Islam about the Prophet Muhammad. You have to learn the history of the Quran, where it comes from, the hadiths. You got to learn the history on everything, right? Same thing with Christianity. You want the history so you know where you're at today and why. Same thing with gangs. But when you become a gang member, right, you learn the history and it stops. It doesn't take you all the way back. So let me give you a brief history on gangs. Just a quick one, so you can understand why you bang and how you even started banging. In the early 1600s, right, the gang culture, gangs started in London. Yeah, London. They had several different gangs, different names. They had gangs like the Mims. They had gangs like the Dead Boys, the Hectors. You know, they got crazy names out there in London. And for those in London that don't know, the gang culture started out there with you guys. They began to distinguish themselves by wearing ribbons, colored ribbons. So when they fought, they could distinguish who was in what gang, who was with who. They fought with like pick bottles and nothing serious. It wasn't serious, but they were organized. That's in the 1600s. Then in 1783, after the American Revolution in 1783, right, gangs began to emerge in the States with the immigration of Ellis Island and people coming to Ellis Island. And it began with the English, with the Germans, and with the Irish. White people. This was white gangs only. Wasn't no blacks. Blacks was here, but it wasn't no black gangs. The 1800s, 1783 to the 1800s. In 1820 to 1826, the first organized white gang was organized in Manhattan. Manhattan, New York City. Lower Manhattan. Moving right along from the 1800s, the 1820s, then coming from the 1860s to the 1920s, Asians began the gang, the Tongs. They began to make their way into the gang culture. Now the gangs only emerged after whites because the whites began to oppress people in the gang setting. Though they've been oppressing people, but in their gang setting, they began to oppress different neighborhoods. So in 1919, blacks, it was a race war in which blacks, they didn't want to take it no more. So the black men, male, no women, all men, formed a gang to stop whites from violating them, beating them up. Now, at this time, right, the police didn't have no stronghold on anything. Gangs ruled everything. There wasn't enough. They had to call the National Guards, everything, to stop these gangs because they were so powerful and they were terrorizing everything. In which blacks started their gangs from and that was in 1919, the race war. Then in the 1920s, moving up, the same thing with the Mexicans. It started their gang culture because, the zoot suits and all that. If you look at the history with the Mexicans, which is a totally different subject. But the gangs began in New York and in Chicago. New York and Chicago. In the 1950s, gangs began to merge the same way they did in America, in New York, in LA, between the 50s and back and forward. They began to merge because of the same problem with these white gangs. When guys went to school, they were picked on, they were beat up by these white gangs. So now, we in 2021. But let's go back to non-Trey. But not even non-Trey. Let's go back. When I was growing up, I remember gangs in my neighborhood. We had the Ball Busters. Those who from Harlem know about the Ball Busters. We had the Ill Boys. We had the Apple Dumpling Gang. We had all kind of gangs. We had the G-Force. We had different gangs in Harlem, in which we didn't even care about no other gang, no other culture in any other state. So for someone to say that you're following the culture to try to be like them dudes in LA, no. New York been had gangs. New York always had gangs, white gangs, in which we started to come together after in 1919, like I said. But we always had gangs in New York. We always had that culture. Then you got non-Trey. You got Bloods. You got Crips. Yes, New York did take on the names as LA. But as far as the culture, hell no. When the last time you seen drive-bys? When the last time you seen dudes with semi-automatics and coming through and lighting up whole blocks? New York can never take on the culture of LA. Never. Never. You know why? Because it's embedded in LA, and that become a part of their lifestyle. Whatever neighborhood they grew up in, where they live at, this is a part of their lifestyle. New York, let me tell you something, man. New York dudes cannot, and I don't shoot down in New York. I'm from New York. We're about setting trends, being fly, and doing what we do, and trying to stand out. I can't even picture a dude from New York trying to do a drive-by. He'd probably pull and run out of gas. But his car probably run out of gas. He'd just come through, shoot, and the car done ran out of gas. 5 gangbangers pushing the car down the street. And did a drive-by. They can't, and it won't work. It can't work in New York. Because our neighborhoods and blocks is not set up like LA. So we would never take on their culture. Yes, we adapted the color thing, in which, like I said, started in London, but we adapted the colors and wearing it and the lingo and hand gestures and all of that. But the gang, and just for those who say New York is trying to be like them with the gang, no, gang's always been here. As far as with the animation and trying to be like them and throwing their hand signals and stuff like that, yeah, we adapted that. But just being a gang, we had Decepticons, Sesame Streets, Autobots, Deceptinets. Ben had gangs already before all that. Because you see in New York, most of the dudes that was Decepts became Bloods or Crips. That covers that with the gang thing. And I'm tired of people saying that New York is stealing the gang culture from other states. Now, let's get to this fool. Let me give you my take on it. Since he always want to give his take on everything, let me give you my take on it. He doesn't care about Takoya, his living girlfriend. He doesn't care. And I'm sure that Takoya don't know nothing about this. Or maybe she do, because he's a bragging. He probably went back and told her how he almost had to shoot up the whole block. He probably told her he let off 9 shots and 8 people ran. He don't care nothing about Takoya. He don't care nothing about them little girls, his kids, his son. He don't care nothing about none of them. As I told you before, you could do everything good. And you could be climbing the scale. Do that one bad thing. All that's taken away. We don't care about what you did, what you said you was going to do. You just showed us the real you. And in that, right, like we all said, you're fronting because you still ain't popped nothing. You cocked the gun, you pulled it out. You knew that camera was there. You cocked it out, right? Just look at the scenery when y'all look at the video. He's walking. He pull a gun out. He turns his back to Shorty and cocks the gun. Shorty's behind him. So that shows that he don't really want no smoke. He's really not about that life. That's really not him. He don't care about his freedom. All you YouTubers who follow him, who gonna be up here talking about, yeah, you saying his name again, you can't get your likes up, and if you don't say his name, you can't get the subscribers and all this stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to be like him. I'm trying to be, you ain't gonna catch me ever on no block, on no camera, pulling out no hammer, being in some situation like that in which I started, because I ain't got no business or no knowledge of what the hell happened, and for me disrespecting and somebody stepping to me, putting me in my place, holding me accountable for what I said and did about a dead man. Now I'm mad because you stepping to me about your friend. I want to cock a gun out in front like I'm about to shoot the block up, knowing that old heads, mostly old heads, and call me an old head, most of the time when something happening, we always want to run to the rescue and stop a person from, yo, chill, son, yo, what you doing, son, hold on, nah. People look for that. They look for that. They look for the chill, son, yo. They look for that. I'm not doing that. If that's the choice you want to make, and you know right from wrong, make it. Make it. After I done told you already what it is, go ahead and make the choice. And pull that goddamn trigger. Put it in his forehead and take him out. If that's the lifestyle that you're choosing to live. And that's the image you want to portray to the people. So all that's null and void. All of that, all the videos, all of your 300 and something thousand followers who believed in him, who cheered for him, who went in my comment and called me a hater and said I'm capping, I'm gold capping. Yeah, okay. Who's capping now? Who he clout chasing? Who he's clout chasing? Who he's trying to be like? What messages he sending to the young brothers around there? Listen, man. Out of all these YouTubers, out of all of them, one person who I respect, outside of all of my homies from Unique Mecca Audio, JoJo Capone, The Beat 139, Unique Mecca, I mean everybody, y'all know the names, y'all know the people who I shout out all the time. All of my homies, out of all of them, right? All the up and coming YouTubers, the dudes that's on my level, I feel that's on my level, or even greater, who have a beautiful platform. And I think that he's going to go far with his platform if he continues going the way that he's going, but also hold himself accountable and to make amends with his man. Bossly. Bosley Cafe. The young brother got a thing going. Well, I don't know how young he is. He's a wild one. But I like the things that he's doing. You know why? Because he's reaching out. And I think that he's sincere from the videos that I watch. Bosley Cafe. I advise y'all to go over there and check the brother out over there too, man. Check him out. But he did a good thing by bringing the brother and letting him voice his side of Hassan Campbell. He knows him. He sees him. He knows the difference. Like, he grew up in the same neighborhood. He know what size of the peas is the official side where the tough dudes is from. Because always in the projects, you got the tough side, and you got the dudes that's not so tough. You got the dudes that get busy. Then you got the dudes where there's a couple of dudes over there that go, but they don't want it with us over here. So the young brother, he knows. He was there. He knows who Hassan Campbell is. And he expressed that to y'all. And y'all gonna continue following this dude? Y'all gonna continue believing in him? After you done seen him, he just threw it all away. Y'all just seen him. Y'all just watched him throw his whole life away. Like I said, it was nothing but talk. You ain't gonna bust nothing. You ain't gonna do nothing. The proof is in the pudding. It shows you. It shows you. And then now, he wants to clean it up. He wants to clean it up. You can't clean it up. You can't ask people, yo, share this video with whoever liked it. Shut up. Shut up, punk. Shut up. Shut up, punk. Right after that happened, right? After that Hummer stunt, he called my phone. Yeah, no, I don't lie. He called my phone. He called my phone. I didn't pick up. He called back. I didn't pick up. Because I'm saying to myself, what the hell he want? What the hell you want? You just was in Bronx River with a gun, cocking the gun, stupid. You just told the police. And then another thing, y'all can guarantee this. I guarantee it. Ain't gonna be no consequences or repercussions. He always spitting that, yo, he's government, he's the... Who's government? Huh? Because I guarantee you, if I pull a gun on camera right now, just showing it, hey, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Because their whole thing gonna be like, you know what? No, this mother. Get him. Somebody go get him. What's going on here? Go get him. Because this mother, he gonna use it. Yeah. Not saying to anybody out there, or I don't condone any violence and telling anyone to be violently towards anyone, but you never pull a gun out and don't use it. The police showed you that. They ain't be trying to pull out no gun on people and don't use it. They hit you 17, 20 times. First thing came to my mind, right? First thing. Not that, oh snap, if the police roll up, he could go to jail. He cocking out a gun, he fronting. Oh, he ain't gonna shoot nobody. All the videos and everything that he made, none of that went through my mind. You wanna know what went through my mind? The police can roll up and kill him right now, right? And won't nothing happen. It would be justifiable, right? All them little kids he got, they're going to be even more confused. You know how their life going to turn out when they get older, right? Huh? You know what's going to happen with them if their mother don't have a stronghold on them. That's what I was thinking. Things just started going through my mind quick. And then the last thought, after prison, the last thought Don't judge me. The last thought was, is Africa Bambaataa seeing this shit? Is Africa Bambaataa looking at this? I gotta get in touch with Africa Bambaataa. Where is Bambaataa? Where is the party people? Where is the car? Where's the pull-up? Where is Bambaataa? I said, man. See, y'all gotta understand me, man. Your minds don't think like me. My mind thinks crazy at times. I said, after he pulled it, all I could picture was Bambaataa pulling up, because he said that story about Africa Bambaataa pulling up when they did the murder. So I said, Bambaataa is somewhere around there in that neighborhood, and Bambaataa is going to be the getaway driver again. That's all I can think about. Don't judge me. And this ain't no laughing matter. This is serious. We have to take it as such. We have to hold him accountable. And I told y'all, hold him accountable. When your child messes up, right, at home, what do? Before you start the spanking and all that other stuff, right, what do you do at the end of the day? You take something away. You know what? Give me your phone. You ain't looking at your phone. Or get off that computer. Or go to bed. Give me your toys. You take something away from the kids. You got to take something away. And then they feel so bad. They like, damn, I can't play with my G.I. Joe. No, they ain't got G.I. Joe anymore. What my son play with? Little cars and stuff. They can't play with the cars. They try to sneak the car on the bed under the blanket. You got to take away what he loves, what he holds dear to him. You have fallen from grace. You have told people for years. You have this army. You have told people for years that you was a killer, you was a gangster, you changed your life. You don't do that no more. You know how to handle responsibility. You know how to handle conflict. You know how to de-escalate a situation. And you pulled the gun out on a camera. You cocked the gun. Now let me talk to you like a gangster. This is how gangsters talk. You cocked the gun. That shows that you a punk, because you ain't have one in the head, sucker. Always keep one in the head, because when you cocked it, ain't nothing flip out. So you ain't have one in the head. You probably ain't even had no bullets. And I know you got those out there on his side. Yo. Did y'all just see that Hassan Campbell video? He cocked that. See, I told you, yeah, he was, he really is about that life. He really is a killer. He really about shooting somebody and doing that. Did y'all just see that video? You don't even know if he had bullets. You don't even know if the gun was real. Gangster talk. Always keep one in the head. And what you'll say after head? No homo. Again, he cocked the gun and turned his back to Shorty. Now, if it was somebody else, right? Let's just say it was me. Let's say if it was me. Come on, y'all, now and there. Let's say if it was me and they had a video of me doing that, what do you think the video would look like when Hassan Campbell makes it about me? He would have been like, you see, with me, that would have never happened. Once he would have turned his back on me and cocked that gun, I would have rocked his snot box. With me, night-night, I'd have sent him night-night, turned his TV off. I would have hit him up. He'd have been doing a Harlem Shake. Because you see, and y'all seen that little thing he had? See, I try to tell y'all, I'd have rocked his snot box. I'd have put it right in the back of his head. He'd have been doing the chicken noodles. If that was me up there, you know he would have been going ham on me. He would have made all kind of videos on how he would have shot me up. And how am I supposed to pull out and not use it? But the good part about it is this though, right? No matter how many videos I make or back and forth I go with whoever it is out there, The best part is that he didn't use it, in which we don't know if it was operable, meaning if the gun worked. And the young brother that he was beefing with, he had his hand in his pocket. I don't know if he had a hammer. It's good that the young brother didn't take advantage of the opportunity and pop him in the back of his. The bullet probably wouldn't win in that big ass head. Yo, it's good that the young brother didn't take the opportunity and go and kill him. Good thing nobody got murdered. Nobody got shot. The violence was de-escalated. Thank you to the brothers in the neighborhood, the OGs, the ones who was holding the other young brother like, yo, chill, man. Because that's what we need in the neighborhood. We need those brothers to step forward. I'm not stepping forward. Because if you're someone that I taught and I told, then, hey, you want to go to jail and become a stripper and get naked for them white people, you go ahead. But nowhere in the world that I'm going to allow myself to be in a situation like that. Nobody don't know how to run no more. And on top of that, I'm not going to be making no video about a murder or disrespecting the dead. So the best thing to do, and my advice to you, because I know he's listening, like I said, he was calling me, and then I ended up calling him 2 days later, and we had a conversation, which ain't even for the internet no more. That's over with, me blowing him up and playing tapes and all that. That's just... Anyway, right? It didn't turn to nothing, which was a good thing. A black man didn't kill another black man in these streets. But we got to take it as a lesson. Not just as a lesson learned, right? There has to be some type of accountability, consequences and repercussions. So I think the accountability should be young Bosley is getting together with the young brother who had the problem with him. First thing he should do is take that goddamn video down. Take it down, punk! Take that video down, right? Make another video with sincerity, apologizing to the family after you take it down, right? Make amends. This is how you give back to your community, because you just made another victim. By doing that and disrespecting the dead, you made a victim. And people don't even see it like that. You made a victim. The families is victims now. You should team up with Bosley and do that, either basketball game or do something, a cookout for the community, and come back together with them young brothers. Because after seeing that young brother speak, I see that he's, like he said, you got other brothers that's high-headed, that's like, fuck that, I don't care. But I'm sure that he can persuade them, and him and other brothers in that community in Bronx River, to come together with this fool and do something for the community and make amends and to bond back with your community, man. Because to do otherwise and then to continue to just make videos and go on and on and on with your life like that never happened, like the other scene when you put the gun with the cops in your neighborhood, Mr. Rogers, like that never happened. The $5,000 and the fake money, like that never happened. You gonna helping all the people in your community and the women on welfare and with the shelters. We gonna let everything just go by. We ain't gonna hold nobody accountable, huh? We ain't gonna hold them accountable for pulling this gun out in our neighborhoods. It was kids out there. It was kids out there. Yeah, it was kids out there. You might say, nah, there wasn't no kids on the block. Windows. Because he don't know how to shoot. Nobody know how to shoot. You see what happened with Gully? You seen Gully TV, son. You see what happened with him, right? He's shooting at another dude this way. The bullet went that way and hit an innocent man in the window. So it's always kids somewhere. A bullet could go through a window and kill a kid, man. I was up north with a Muslim brother who was shooting at a dude and shot a little girl through the window. Every day, all you do is seeing him staring into space. He can't even believe that because he didn't even mean for that to happen. But things happen because of situations like this. Stupidity Stupid. I gotta say it again. The difference between stupidity and ignorance. Hey, y'all better not let this go by, man. I better not see no more subscribers going to his channel. You better not be going to start unsubscribing and getting off that channel and show him. Listen, you supposed to be leading by example. You supposed to be our leader. Not that leader like a leader and leading us to the to the promised land, but mean a leader like giving us good advice, supposed to be giving us good reports, and then you out here shooting. You just like the other people, the people in the boule. How you be saying they ain't part of the boule? You part of the boule? That's what's going on. Don't ever ask to hit that like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Don't ask that no more until you clean this up. I just told you what you should do. The best option in which you can be forgiven and accepted back into the community. Because, hey, listen, man. All we got is us. That's all we got. All we got is us, man. Don't start portraying this new image. Dudes talk about I can't go back to Bronx River. I can go to Bronx River whenever I want. Yeah, you can go back to the same block where that happened with the dudes still out there, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing to you. You know why? Because they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Because they know if they do something, they going to jail. And as you can see, they don't want to go to jail. You know why? Because ain't nobody rock your snot box. Oh, let's look. That gun got a kick. That little gun you pulled out ain't kick. Pow, 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 pow. How you say? Pow, pow. You got a cap gun. Get your ass up in them hills and stay up in them hills and stay from out of these serious danger streets. Because this shit going on out here in these streets. You just ran into a couple of young brothers who decided to change their lives, try to open up some businesses, get LLCs, and do the right thing with their life. And you want to come and disrupt that. Ain't nobody coming up in your neighborhood. Oh, and another thing I needed to touch on. Neighborhood. You talking about your neighborhood. Neighborhood in the hood. Only difference between your neighborhood and ours is that your neighbors are neighborly. That's it. Good morning, neighbor. Morning. How are you? Hi there, buddy. Hey there, pal. Good morning. How you doing there, Hassan? Hey, good. Hey, see the game? It's great, yeah. You could do all that all you want, right? You could do all of that. At the end of the day, when they go home in their house, that nigga across the street crazy. You see that fucker? That fucker had a gun out. Did you just see that new video with that fucker? That fucker was down in the city. He almost got himself killed. Yeah, Good old neighbors. Same one. The police, they let the police. Hey, because you definitely ain't part of the no community board up there. I know that for a fact. You ain't part of the community board. So that's not your neighborhood. Okay, you ain't part of nothing. They talk about you up there, stupid. Keep trying to be part of something. To put the, if it was that, Takoya ain't come outside when you was out there acting all stupid. Takoya kept the ass in the house. You said you had that gun out there and the police came. Takoya ain't come out. You used to see the girlfriend come out. What's going on, baby? What's happening? What you doing? Tell what happened, boo. Get in the house. Takoya ain't come out there buttoning up that blouse, closing up the shirt. Takoya kept her ass in that house. Yeah. Neighborhood. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here. So my advice to you, right? Because you watch my videos, but you hate to take my advice and my criticism on the phone. You hate it. Your punk ass better make amends with your brothers in your neighborhood. You better make a phone call. Call Bosley. You know how to get in touch with Bosley? You ain't got to do it through me and nobody else. So go to him. Because he's in connect with the young brothers now. Let's show something on camera that you came together with the brother, okay? You pulled the gun out. You made a poor choice. You made a very bad choice. Clean it up. In my book, I say you can't clean it up. You're too dirty. You're filthy the way you are. But with the people out there in the public, they're very forgiving and loving, and they will accept you back. Clean it up, brother. You made it home to your girlfriend. You made it home to your kids. It might not be that easy next time, man. Because the next brother is not accepting someone pulling the gun out on them and not using it. And my advice to everyone out there, right? My advice to all of y'all. Let's stop looking at it a negative thing now, right? Because I started off spitting negative. Now let's build it back up. Let's look at the positive side of it now. What can he do to make this right? And everybody know, and I'm sure everyone would agree, the first step is take the video down. Punk, take down the video. Speaking about that young brother, take it down. Because you still got victims and you're creating more. Because you already created many victims in all the different states, talking about all the dead rappers and everybody. This is your neighbor. This is your neighborhood where you come from. Somebody you knew or knew of. And they know of you. Take the video down. That's step one. Sharing like this video. Press the like button. The subscribe and the share button. Press it.